It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Bracket Brewing Company in Australia, and this is a can of their Express Yourself. Boom, 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 boom. Is that the song? My apologies for my terrible singing and dancing. It's been brewed with Saaz, Motueka and Simcoe, and it's a double IPA at 8.5% ABV. Thank you very much to Mick in Australia for sending me the beer. Thank you to Bracket Brewing Company for brewing the beer. They are a proudly independent brewing company there. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. I love a double IPA. Absolutely love a double IPA. And look at this one. Look at this. Look at the quality. On this very beer. We got a one. I'm going to say one. Normally kind of like 1 to 2. What's a 1 to 2 finger? You've either got one finger or you've got two fingers. I've got to be a little bit more precise, haven't I? So it's a 1 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation rolling up the glass. It's hazy. It's straw coloured. It looks wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Really does. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. Lovely and soft. The Australians know how to brew beer. They really do. Lovely, soft. Kind of like stone fruit. Mangoes, apricots, bit of passion fruit, bit of mango. Said mango twice now. Mango. Citrusy, a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of kind of orange peel, clementine. It just smells delicious. I've not tasted it yet, but I talked about the softness of the beer earlier on. They've probably treated the water so the water is nice and soft. Light malt, so you're only going to get kind of like light flavour from the malt. It's all about promoting the hops. It's all about making that beer clean water, clean malt, clean yeast to promote those hops in the beer. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, there's a certain kind of stickiness to this. They've used a lot of hops in this beer. I'm going to start off Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, what a beer. But it's almost like unusual at this point where let's get some flavours first. Sorry, that noise underneath the bar is my poor old dog. I'm not sure if he's got like head issues or something, but he's like constantly shaking his head for whatever reason. He's about 9,000 years old, mind. Lost all his teeth. Can't really see anymore. Yeah. Poor dog, it's all going wrong for him. It's that stage now. He follows me around a lot, and I've googled it, and when an animal follows you around a lot, it's because they want to be cared for. I care for the dog, of course, but they want to feel assured. They want to be around you all of the time, in their last days. So yeah, the poor old dog under the bar. shaking his head. If that's what you can hear. It's good. It's a good beer. I've lost my track of thought now. I was going to talk about all sorts of different things, wasn't I? And then I've completely, with the head shaking, the dog, lost my track of thought. Let me try and get myself back into gear a little bit. Yeah, lots of passion fruit, mango flavours coming through, stone fruit, really, really enjoyable beer. Oh, it was a really important... that was it. Right, hop stickiness. Let's get the flavours first, and I'll talk to you about hop stickiness. Yeah, lots of passion fruit, mango, orange peel, fleshy blood orange, tangerine flavours, a little bit of sweetness over here, a little bit of bitterness over here. It's not overly bitter, but it's definitely bitter. It's a double IPA, it's going to be a little bit bitter. There's a spicy pepperiness that's coming through as well, which is really good. But this is the important part, because beers used to be like this a little bit more, and for whatever reason they stopped making beers like this, but this beer is like this, and I'm very glad. So what am I talking about? If you've ever been to a beer festival, if you've ever been to a brewery, if you've ever been to a bar where there's dried hops across the top on a vine, if you've ever kind of got a fresh whole cone hop or a pellet in your hand, let's go with the whole cone first. You break up the whole cone, rub it in your hands. Same with the pellet hops. If you get a little pellet hop, break the pellet hop up and then rub it, crush it in the kind of palm of your hands there. And what you're left with from the whole cone hop and the pellet hop, they're doing exactly the same thing. You're left with a very kind of resinous hand. It's very sticky, very, very sticky. And then when you smell that, it just envelops. It's just wonderful. That kind of wonderful, certainly Australian hops, American hops, New Zealand hops. They're giving you those lovely kind of piney, tropical fruits from the on the palm of your hand where you crush down this hop. But importantly, why I mention that is that stickiness from the hop, that wonderful, wonderful stickiness, is because the hop has a lot of resin in it. It's very sticky anyway. When a brewery uses a lot of hops in a beer, and I mean, you've got to use a lot of hops in a beer. It used to happen a lot with the old kind of like the 100 IBU beers, where they were almost kind of like syrupy to drink. But that stickiness that I was talking about on the hands, you can feel it on your lips. You can feel it on the top of the mouth. You can feel it on your tongue. You can feel it kind of slightly on your lips. That hop stickiness. And for me, that's just wonderful, isn't it? That's just a sign. That's just a sign. The Bracket Brewing Company here have used a ton of hops in their beer. So this time, love of R&D sent us down the Thiel rabbit hole, as far as we legally and logistically can here in Australia. So it is definitely express yourself. At its core, this double IPA is uncomplicated, none of the fancy stuff, just a solid mash addition of sours and a little dry hop to make it pop. Bracket Brewing, we're deliberately small, family-run brewery in the heart of Alexandria, Sydney. Our focus is on making small batches of uncompromising and experimental beers we're proud to share. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a great, great beer, this. I think I've had one or two beers from this brewery, sent by the wonderful Mick in Australia. But I'm going to rate this one. It looks good, it smells good, it tastes good. I love that hop stickiness. It's really good. Stone the Crows, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.